One of the reports I saw said that every night the Ukrainian special forces are going out with night vision and just wiping people out in the darkness and then leaving and just doing that every night. And that the enemy is talking about them and is afraid at night because the special forces guys just go in and kill a bunch of people and then sneak away every night. And they've been doing it every night. And I'm sure it's not like an isolated thing. There was that one town, like maybe Veroslavov or something. I don't know. All those silly Slavic cities sound alike to me. But apparently they routed like 50 Russian tanks, like not the army, like the people of the town, like killed 100 Russians and destroyed 30 tanks, and ran the Russians out of the town. When you hear reports like that, it's like, man, are these the people we've always been so scared of? like, man, we had global reaching policies built around defending ourselves against the 10-foot tall Russians. And every time I see one, they look real pitiful, and I kind of want to send them a sandwich.
I don't know. So some of the news is going nuts with kind of that angle. Like we've been scared of these 10-foot tall super soldiers since I was a child. And then they actually get into a fight and they're getting their asses kicked all the time. And then on the other hand, they've been ripping the American military lately for being woke. For like, we did it ourselves. We ripped an American recruiting ad for a girl who had like 2 moms or something.
Yeah, the Russians being bad at war does not make our commercials any less pathetic.
Okay, but like there's sort of this, especially, I guess I'll just say it, Fox News has been running with this, our woke military cannot stand up to the Russians sort of thing. We should be more like the Russians for years now. And then you watch what the Russians actually do, and it's like, they've got their own issues. Corruption, stealing supplies. Like these guys who are at the top of the Russian military have been directing money into their own pockets, it would appear, instead of spending it on the military. Now they're fucked.
It seems, and again, I'm just parroting what I've heard, but it seems that their very way of doing war doesn't work in long, drawn-out campaigns like this.
I've heard the opposite, but I'm
without
listening.
forward operating bases, because they're just out there on their own. Like there's not logistics and support vehicles for them. Like they've got enough gas and stuff that they're bringing along for the first 3 or 4 days, and once things stalled, like everybody's bogged down. They can't go anywhere.
So what I heard, and I'm only as good as my sources, is that the period they're in now is where they're weak. So they come, they're strong, they storm, and then they build like pipelines. They create these supply lines that go, and it takes a while to build that infrastructure to supply their troops. And right now they're existing without it.
I don't know when they've like done that. Like it's the main thing that like I keep seeing them bring up about the way the Russians do war is that they don't have nearly as much infantry with their vehicles as we do. They're not supported by infantry, and like part of the idea of combined arms. When I play Civ, and one of the techs that you unlock is combined arms, and what that means is like all of the pieces of the pie are like working together. Everything is working in unison. Your infantry and special forces are radioing in targets for the Air Force to take out, and when those targets are gone, now your vehicles can move, and your vehicles can dominate their vehicles because of maybe your helicopters or your drones. Everything's working together. Even there's naval gun support, there's cruise missiles, and when the United States does a war like any of the stuff that we did in Iraq, like the shock and awe stuff, it's this symphony of destruction that's being played out beautifully. Where like if you look at like the Desert Storm, like the first one, almost all of the accidents are friendly fire, and it's as soon as it happened, they're like, stop, and it stopped, and like 1 person died or 2 people died. Like the ground war is almost all friendly fire deaths. It wasn't even close. What the Russians are doing is sending their tanks out first. They're the tip of the spear, but the problem is the tip of the Ukrainian spear is an asshole in a bush with a rocket launcher.
And the Russians have sent a lot of lightly armored stuff. Like if you're like me, maybe you're doing this intentionally because I know you know more. Everything's a tank, right? You see this like seemingly armored vehicle on rubber tires. That's a tank.
I've gotten better. This thing recently has gotten me better. So
better at tanks.
Yeah, and better at knowing something about Russian tanks. So I guess the Russians haven't really made a new tank in a really, really long time. It seems like the best tanks they're using are like their T-72s and T-90s. And I think the T-90 is just a modified T-72. And the armor on those things, they have that reactive armor that like senses a projectile coming in and then it explodes to like defeat it. What's happening right now?
I don't know.
Brandon's like challenging
our guest is bullying our producer, and I don't understand why.
Fucking get him, bro.
It's anonymous. It's supposed to be anonymous. You guys
sorry.
I
I just got distracted. I'm sorry. What was that?
You're better at tanks than you used to
Oh
be.
yeah,
They
and
haven't
then
had a new
it
tank in a while.
seems like the Russians have those BMPs or something like that, and it's another armored vehicle, but it's got that sort of semi-automatic like 25 or 30 millimeter cannon on it.
What's it sound like?
Bum 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 bum. It's fucking awesome.
Has anything been like? I haven't been following it like you guys have. Kiev, how still like
Kiev's
a lock
holding up. There
standstill?
was a long column of vehicles like 15 kilometers out, and it appears that it stood still for too long, and it's getting pretty beat up.
The Russians have only taken one city.
Which one?
I don't know the name of it.
Is that the one where they took the mayor? And they got the mayor back.
They got the mayor back.
Doug Dimmadome.
How'd they get the mayor back? I heard conflicting reports. So there is a little bit. So what we're getting here is like propaganda light, because like Russia is definitely invading a fucking country and killing civilians. That's happening. But like, I heard two versions of how the mayor got back today. One was they traded 9 Russian prisoners for the mayor, got him back. That seems like a good deal.
That's
for
a very
everybody.
good trade.
Because the Russians they've got, I doubt they gave them fucking General Vladimir.
Probably win-win, yeah.
Probably a win-win. And they're probably just kids that wanted to go home, and we want our mayor back. But then I heard someone be like, make it sound like a rescue mission or something. Like they had gone and like beaten up some Russians and taken their mayor back.
Just to add to it, I heard he's self-extracted.
I heard Vladimir Klitschko beat up 18 Russians who were armed.
I really did hear he's self-extracted.
What's this guy's
I'm not
fitness?
saying it's true.
What's his fitness looking like?
Vladimir Klitschko?
When I picture mayor, I picture old, fat.
So Vladimir Klitschko is the mayor of Kiev. We are talking about a different mayor, but just to like prove your point wrong, Vladimir Klitschko is a former like heavyweight champion of the world.
Yeah,
and he's not like some of those champs who like get that big beer belly in retirement. He looks like he's ready to go.
Yeah, he can still beat up most of the world,
but like 99.99, like the nines just keep going for a while.
But that's not the guy you're talking about.
No,
the guy we're talking about is also fit too. I'll just say this, Taylor. I think he can outrun you.
Yeah.
Well, that's I bet most of the Russians there can outrun me.
Most
of the Ukrainians and the Russians.
I saw a Russian pilot.
If I tried to run from the Russians.
I saw an obese Russian pilot get shot down, and he was all fucked up. They keep saying something about the Russian fighters' helmets are faulty or rigged poorly because it keeps fucking them up. Like I can't see exactly what the injury is, but they're bleeding profusely from their heads, and a lot of them just fucking die. I don't know what's going on, but this guy's like obese, this big pot belly, and someone in the comments on Reddit was like, "That's hailed fucking bomber pilot Sergei Munapov. He was in the Syrian campaign," and they pull up a picture, and sure enough, there this beer-bellied fighter pilot is in Syria, like standing with a bunch of other pilots, and he's the only obese fighter pilot. Like say what you will about the like Russian like military, but like there's only one obese fighter pilot, and he was him. Oh, there's their mayor.
That's the mayor you asked about, Taylor.
He should be on that subreddit that's like 14
hair
or 40.
Product in Ukraine.
14 or 40, bro.
You know what he looks like? You know what he looks like? He looks like Forrest Gump's stunt double.
It's handsome.
That guy looks pretty tough. I don't know.
It looks like a Chinese Photoshopper put his hairline in. That doesn't even look real.
Have you seen that? Have you seen that meme of the guy with the horrible like on the bench with the terrible plugs?
No.
I haven't.
Oh man,
you guys are all ripping. To me, he's a no nonsense dude. That's what I see.
It's a cool guy.
It's the hair that's doing it. It's very funny.
Woody, did you watch Volodymyr Zelensky's montage that he showed to Congress?
No, I didn't see the montage. I guess I listened to the speech though.
Oh, Brandon, every time you click, it picks up on your mic, so you might want to like mute yourself if you're gonna be like clicking too much. It's real loud.
This cum stuff. I'm sorry.
He had a whole like montage for Congress. It's about 2 minutes long, and it starts off with like it's got really good music, and it starts off with like all of the major cities of Ukraine before this all started, and like happy people in them, like in parks and shit. And then it's just like fucking Schindler's List music comes on, and fucking death and destruction, and there's babies covered in blood, and there's dead pregnant women, and there's just buildings exploding, and rockets being clearly directed at like all of the like no doubt like you just shot at a civilian, like clearly like type stuff is in there, and like all of Congress is sitting there like fuck. And at the end of it, he comes back on, and in English, he's like, "Please close the skies." I was like, "That's it." They're not closing the skies, thank God. Fuck him. He can die. We're not closing the skies. Look, I hope he wins. He is my hero right now. He is the coolest guy in the world right now. Maybe the most popular guy in the world. But I don't want us all to have our faces melt off to close the skies down above his city, and that's
don't know
what
who
might
said
happen.
It might have been Biden, but it was an American politician who was like, "There's no such thing as a no-fly zone light, right? There isn't a way to like no-fly zone a little and just dip your toe into helping them. It's an on or off thing." So he asked for a lot. I do like the idea of drones. I just have in my head. I'm not a military planner. I'm not even even watch that much military TV, but if they're going to put 40 kilometers of tanks in a straight line on a road, it seems like drones would fuck some shit up.
Yeah. I think that they are fucking a lot of shit. You know what I do want? I want to buy a bunch of rubles, and I don't mean like value in them. I would like paper monies. I wish I could buy like 500 rubles right now, because it's like, it's 150 rubles per dollar. Really? I want like $5 per, yeah. I saw some guy like just throwing wads of money in the mall at Russia because it's like worthless now.
Mm-hmm.
Shit.
How bad?
I don't know how you would get one.
Oh, they bounced back quite a bit.
Actually, right now it would be real hard to get a ruble because we're not allowed to do business with Russians.
No, it seems like a good time to strike. No, isn't it crazy that there's such horrible atrocities in the world, and we're like sitting in our comfy homes with our nice computers and our internet, and
it's crazy.
Yeah, we want
whatever.
So far.
So far.
So far, yeah. Look, when war comes to our doorstep, it'll be the final war. We can all rest easy knowing that.
Oh yeah.
It won't be some long, drawn out, sad conflict. It'll be a flash, and it'll be over.
Yeah, I don't know if the Americans are as brave as the Ukrainian people, but we're as armed at least. And I wonder how that will go.
We're so much better armed.
Well, I don't know. We don't have javelins all everywhere.
Oh, what do you know about being armed, Kyle? You fired guns before?
I didn't mean defending like this country. The prospect of invading mainland America is. I don't think that's possible.
That's not going to happen.
It's too big.
I don't know if the world can do that.
I'd love to see Russia pull up to the port of Baltimore, trying to fucking take over the territory of West Baltimore.
There's a YouTuber. It's called
people
like
on dirt bikes defending it.
You're done. You got the 12 o'clock boys on your ass.
You ever seen that YouTuber? It's like Binkoff's Battlegrounds or something like that.
Yeah. Is he a cartoon? Is he like a frog or something?
Yeah. He's a little Muppet frog when you actually do see him. He does excellent videos. Binkov's Battlegrounds. BINKOV.
Can't fathom having that much expertise.
Yeah, he's a real expert, it would seem, and he's done like the scenarios like America against the whole world. It goes better than you think.
Really?
It's a lot closer than you'd think.
Huh. Okay.